Well, hi there, guys. My name's Daniel Latty from PRD Nationwide in Penrith. Today I've been joined by the sales team. We're just going to quickly recap some of the activity we had in July last month, and just hear from some of the specialists in the teams in what areas of real estate they've been focused on. And then we're also just going to have a look at what August and the rest of 2020 might look like. So today joining us, we've got Joe Masters, who's part of our residential sales team. We've got Jeremy Moss, also a licensed agent in our residential sales team. And we've asked Thomas to jump on as well, who runs our project marketing division and has got quite a fair bit happening at the moment. So let me bring these guys in and we'll say g'day and see how they've been going. So got you guys there now. Oh,
Yo.
how are we all going?
Good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, really well, thanks, mate.
That's good. So guys, we've had a meeting this morning and we've been talking about some of the activity from July. It was a really strong month. Flowed on really well from June's results also. So looking here, we'll touch on the projects first if we can, Thomas. Some of the sales you've had there sort of flowing on from June into July, they came from 5 different complexes or projects we're working on. What's been the change there with some of those, with the activity you're seeing?
Yeah, I think there's just a lot more buyer activity out there. Finding there's a lot more inquiry on property and a lot more people out and about transacting. I mean, June and July have been really strong for the project side, and especially for the established stock. We've also found a bit of a spike in inquiry for the Aqua development at Eastside Quarter because of the new home builders grant they've announced. So we've found a bit of a spike in inquiry and movement on Aqua as well.
So that's not just one particular buyer type; that's sort of being exposed to everyone.
Yeah, it's been a pretty we've had a pretty good result in regards to a nice spread of buyers. So we've had a couple of investors, a lot of first home buyers, mainly has been first home buyers, but then also the downsizers as well. And particularly for that grant, it is applicable for first home buyers and for downsizers. They haven't exactly legislated it yet in New South Wales, so we're just kind of keeping it on the side now and just trying to understand exactly how it would work for us and for Aqua. But It's good to see it plays out and about at the moment.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think that sort of echoes through Joe and Jeremy. Jeremy, you might want to just tilt that camera a bit more because I'm seeing the top of your head at the moment. But you guys have been getting some great results. A lot of the stock that got released in July ended up selling in the first sort of week of marketing, even in the first few days. I might bring up a couple of examples of that, guys, and if you want to maybe just give us a bit of a case study on how those properties occurred. Give me a moment here. We'll go over to our site. So maybe let's start with you, Jeremy. I mean, July for you was a massive month. You had a baby, little daughter born, so congratulations there. I hope that's all going well. Yeah, but you didn't miss a beat. You had plenty of stock hitting the market and plenty of deals. So let's maybe highlight a couple of your ones. So most recently over the weekend, you had the one over in Tanbark Circuit, number 46, Tanbark Circuit in Warrington Downs. You want to maybe give us a bit of a rundown around how this campaign went?
Yeah, so this property here, it's actually, we're assisting with the lady that's the current vendor of this property is actually buying one of the projects through Thomas there on Station Street. So we're just, assisting with the whole transaction and the whole process. We're even, going to help her with the move and just try and grant early access for that. But with the campaign of the sale of her property, so we listed that property last week on Wednesday, and then Thursday we had over 20 groups through, and then Friday was to best and offers and finalised with a price over the listed price of 649.
Yeah,
just a great result. What we're finding, and I'll harp on it again, it's on what Thomas said, is we're finding that we're working with a lot of buyers that have got their pre-approval in place. So we're coming back from, a couple of months ago since COVID started. It just feels like now, the wheels are starting to get into motion, and, the banks are loosening their rein a little bit. We've just got, pre-approved buyers that want to buy homes, and plenty of them. So we had over 6 groups offering on this home.
Yeah, I mean, I do recall you had something similar around the corner, which had a good volume of buyers through, and I heard the team on the phones getting back to everyone and inviting them along to this one. So that's obviously worked. The fact that we've had a bit of a run of similar type properties.
Correct. Yeah, that one was number 11 Clover Top Place in Warrington Downs.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar in what they offered, except that one had a pool, no garaging. It was updated, but complete different price towards the 700s.
Okay, so the fact you've got those buyers who missed out on this one, obviously they'd be a bit disappointed, but if you can find more stock like this one, that'll be the next step to try to introduce those buyers elsewhere.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, and just while we've got you there, I mean, this was a lovely home, and I know the presentation of it was a big key in attracting buyers. So over in Glenmore Park, great spot. You want to talk about this one here in Sadler's Way?
Yeah, number 1, Sadler Way, Glenmore Park. Fantastic home in a really good location there. So it sits between Blue Hills Oval and it's across from Windmill Park. So it's very spacious. It's not overbuilt. It's just a really good home inside. It's been updated throughout. And this home wasn't styled. This is all them. This is how they live.
Okay. Wow.
Standard really well home. And then just a good block size, 860 squares, which is rare. A pool, it's just a perfect family home.
So the buyer on this one, you ended up attracting, I guess it was all of them were probably family type buyers, were they?
They were, yes. And, that was one again that we listed Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, we're talking over 20 groups through with multiple groups offering. And we had a price accepted over the listing price of $999. So it's just great activity at the moment in the marketplace. There are people out there with pre-approvals in place that need to find a home. They want to find a home to live in. I think it's a great opportunity for people to be selling a home at the moment. I have not found prices to be stagnant or going back at all. If anything, we've actually had a bit of an increase out west on prices for our homes.
Well, a good sign is definitely when there's competition on properties, and that obviously can help get the owners they can feel confident they got the maximum outcome. I mean, the properties you see on the screen right now, they're pretty much the last few released. So everything that's hit the market fresh has been well sought after. Joe, let's just bring you in. A couple of campaigns that you ran. I remember one. It was a couple of weeks ago. It was a nicely presented unit. Let me just find it here. Because it didn't just go to exactly the plan. Like you had to get this one presented, and you brought some staging in over here in Dent Street, Jamison Town.
That was 5 of 22 Dent Street, corner block there. It's pretty well documented that Tommy mentioned a lot of the new units and new projects available is probably taking a hit on the existing units. It's probably 10 years old, this unit, and can be quite a bullish market to get results in. So you've got to take that sort of next step with your presentation, making sure you're doing everything you can to get the best possible price. And our vendor took the advice, and you can see in the photos what a difference the staging makes. And that allowed for a really easy transaction the first week or so. So that's that well and truly, you can see the photo there. It just makes such a big difference. Yeah.
So that deal's done now. It's gone through. What was the sale price for that property?
It was actually it's not. It's meant to cool off next couple of days now, actually. Okay. But it was right in the middle of our advertised guide, which is and was a bullish one too. So we're really happy with how that turned out. Okay.
Now another example for you, Joe. I mean, if you're talking about suburbs that get strong interest, South Penrith.
Yeah.
This property in Hillview, it sort of echoes what Jeremy was saying with getting buyers through nice and early in the campaign. What was the outcome on this one?
Yeah, that's very similar to what Jeremy just mentioned there over in Warrington. A lot of first home buyer demand sort of built up this property here. And again, the owners took the advice on of having the staging done. So there's no, it's consistent there that the staging's definitely allowed this property to appear better than what else is on the market in that area. And that was reflected on the Saturday. We had 29 groups look through on the Saturday afternoon, and then another 12 groups look through on the Sunday morning. We ended up with half a dozen offers and a really good result, a good chunk over the top end of the price range as well. So there's undoubtedly there's a lot of incentives there for first home buyers at the moment. So that is well and truly our strongest market.
Well, the consistent thing I'm hearing there, and I'm sure buyers and potential sellers can take comfort out of, is, let me just share the screen back, is that, I mean, if you present the property correctly, you get the marketing done to a high standard, but make sure that price is priced competitively. That's where these results are coming from. So, I mean, we're now getting to the point where obviously the end of winter is happening. We're into August. I mean, we've got sellers now who, if they start thinking about spring, about wanting to make a move, they have to be making a decision in these next couple of weeks to be ready for that market. Are you starting to see more inquiry from sellers getting ready to come to the market for spring? Maybe you, Jeremy?
Yeah, definitely have. I've definitely got a pipeline there of many properties. We're just waiting for this spring campaign to happen. So yeah, fairly excited with what's coming up.
So you can match some of those buyers who are missing out to the pipeline properties you got also. So that's obviously what we try to focus on to give the owners the best outcome. Tom, I just wanted to throw over to you. So there's a couple of new projects that you're just getting stuck into now. So Sky Gardens over here in Penrith in the CBD. Do you want to talk a little bit about that now that we've got that property on the market?
Yeah, so Sky Gardens is over on Lethbridge Street. We've got a selection of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments available in that complex. It's pretty unique in the way that it's got like a rooftop barbecue area, awesome views back to the mountains. We've found a lot of the buyers so far have been owner occupiers, and having that space where they can work from home if they need to, that's a bit more unique and just not your typical little bedroom study, having that extra space to break away to. And if you've got visitors over, having that space where you don't have to clean up your own unit, you can take them somewhere else. It's definitely been a bonus. So we've got a display suite open there now, and we're down there on Saturdays and Sundays. Then also at the East Side Quarter development, we've now got a finished 2-bedroom unit in our first stage, one East Side. So that one's due to be finished up in November, but we do have a finished unit that we're able to take people through now.
So on both those projects, I guess there's been in the recent months and even years, a lot of projects being sold off the plan. But these are 2 examples where like they're just about finished. You can start planning on moving in. Sky Gardens, like they're sort of starting to wrap up the building right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, so that's about 4 weeks away before move-in.
Yep. And in the ESQ development, some of our purchasers there are now starting to sell their homes to be ready to be able to move in. So they're not too far away either.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's November. So we've already started to bring on some of the properties of owners of like water that will purchase units in there, and over the next couple, bringing on a couple more.
Okay. Well, look, I might just look to wrap it up now. We'll do another video of some of the new stock that's coming on the market in the coming weeks. We might look to do that next week. But maybe just a final thought around sort of what you think the market's looking at now. We are moving into spring soon. What are your predictions for the rest of 2020? Joe, do you want to maybe start there?
I think Jeremy touched on it, just sort of mentioning that he's working with a lot of stock leading into spring. I think that could be pretty consistent across the board in terms of a lot of these new results build confidence in the market, and then that will essentially anyone that's sort of sitting on the fence about selling or making a move this year will probably push them onto the market come spring, which could increase competition. So if you are considering selling, then I'm probably looking at sooner rather than later, because the more homes on the market just decreases your buyer pool and works against you. So what we know now, there's nothing on the market. So the sooner you get on, the better. And Christmas will be here before we know it too.
That's very true. Crazy. Yeah. Tom, you seem to know the stats quite well. Just to confirm, with the changes to first home buyers grants from last week, announcements, the threshold now for for properties to be able to still benefit from those grants has been increased. So that's going to open up a fair bit of our marketplace even more. Is there anything more you can comment on that?
I mean, for us in the stock that we have, it's not really affecting us at all, because it is for new homes. The previous stamp duty concession was $650. That's now been raised up to $800. However, for us and the apartments that we're selling and townhouses that aren't brand new typically are under that price range.
That's good.
For the house and lands, definitely would have an effect in properties in the area.
Okay, that's good. Well, Jerry, might just finish up on you. I mean, you're always a positive sort of person. What are you thinking the rest of the year looks like for our real estate market in Penrith?
I'm actually very positive about it. Couldn't have worked it.
Oh, it shocked me.
Look, Joe said everything perfectly, to be honest. It's quite strong. We've got great buyers out there ready to purchase homes. We've got, listings ready to sell. The weather's getting better. Like, how good's life?
Very good, mate. Well, I know you're in the car ready to shoot off to an appraisal, so we'll let you go. But thanks again for your time, guys, and we'll do another edition of this soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.